Hello, my name is AJ Splutter.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Brilliant. And I'm bored and people don't want to talk to me. So we're going to talk about video games and the impacts that they've had on our our our, our lives.
Yes, our gaming and such professional lives.
Such profession.
Such profession.
So what have you oh, oh. So
Yeah, the boner, bro. You right?
yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry, I stutter. So what is your first gaming experience and how did it impact your life?
My first ever gaming experience. It was a little thing called the SNES.
Oh,
Best console. I'm sorry for you die-hard fans of the Sega, but Super Nintendo was one of my favorites of all time. Main reason, that's all I could afford at the time.
so you started with the SNES? You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't go
I
the
didn't, I didn't
NES?
have like 64 and I had it, but after the SNES. So my original console was the SNES. My
But you
first
never
game
played
was
the
Super
NES?
Mario World 2.
How old were you?
I was, I don't know, maybe I was like 10 or 9. I'm not
Careful,
100%
geeks
sure.
on the internet will search you up and be like, oh, that's impossible. It came out a year after he was 10. But
Like, I got it. Just give me a sec, man.
you don't need it. No, it's fine. You were 10. Cool. Why didn't you play the NES? Like, was it just, hey, I'm too young for video games, or
The NES?
yeah,
I never actually had it before. Because, like, when I was young, I didn't really see gaming as how do I say, as in, how I see it now, it's like, sort of like, oh, great storyline, this, that. But then back in the day when I was young, it was more like, let me occupy
colors.
my time. Ooh, look at this game. Storyline. Excuse me. Let me jump over some bitches and jump on their faces, aka Super Mario. I didn't really just play for the sake of playing. I didn't really give a shit about consoles or if it was in my face, I'd play the hell out of it. Wasn't really picky. Unlike now, I'm fucking heaps picky.
So was All Stars your first game then? Mario All Stars?
Mario, no, it was Mario World, I think it's called. The fucking Super Mario World. Yeah, World. Yes, World.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good game that I suck at. My very first console, I had it pretty much since I was born. So I guess since I was 3 or 4, I started playing it, and that was the Master System. And yes, it was amazing. My very first game actually was Sonic for the Master System, which is the same as the version that they have. Shut up. Same as the version that they had for the Game Gear. So that's the difference. It's not exactly the Genesis version. So I had Bridgestone, which is my favorite video game theme to this day because of all the nostalgic memories. I could never get far in it, but it was always a point of interest. That and Wonder Boy.
Yeah, Wonder Boy was pretty good actually.
You played Wonder Boy as well? I thought you were only SNES.
Yeah, I was only SNES, but growing up, I played other consoles. Eventually, I got a Sega. My father's a super whiz when it comes to anything repairs, but he can't repair a car to save his life, but he can fix a TV in matters of death. Like, he'll find on the street, like a broken TV. He'll bring it home, we'll have a TV. Which works. Yeah. Super genius alert, okay? He brought home a Sega that was broken. Shit, this thing survived for like 12 years before it finally died.
That's impressive. I've still got mine. I guess I can be called a super genius because I have a Master System and a Master System 2. We got a Master System 2 because the Master System stopped working. And I was like, hey, I'm going to play some Master System. And I plugged it into the TV and all that. And my dad walked out and he's like, hey, you're playing the Master System? I'm like, yeah, I like retro game and what? And he's like, no, it doesn't work. I'm like, well, obviously it works now. I hit it a few times until it worked.
The old I give it a few whacks until it works. Yeah, man mode. We're men. We don't delicately touch things. We whack them.
Blowing into cartridges, I've got to say, is like
the best way to repair anything ever. Like the game would work. You blow. I used to blow into the system as well.
yeah. So I still do. I mean, I still retro game. So, I'm not gonna lie though. I haven't really crossed over to next gen. Like with 3DS games and DS games and even CD games like PS3 and Dreamcast, I blow on the discs because I cannot help it. It's just, I'm sorry. I know it's really bad and I might spit on it and break it, but I need to blow on it to make sure that it's working. And sometimes it works because it's just the system being stupid because then the next gen and
next gen.
Here is the real question though. Did you ever complete Super Mario World?
Oddly enough, I actually did. But not until maybe like 2 years later. Like when I first played it, I remember we were on the first island for like maybe 9 months. Like, because this is stupid. Okay, this is the dumbest thing I ever said, and I knew I was so dumb for ever thinking about it. Every time the option of saving would come up, my brother, like we were playing together, my brother Yusha, we'd be playing together, and we'd be like, okay, let's play. And then all of a sudden, like, we'll get up to the point of where we've gone to almost to the next island, and it says, do you want to save? And I go, no, don't save. Something bad happens. I have no idea why I'd say that. We never saved our game ever, so we never left the first island for years. It was ridiculous.
I actually know a few kids that actually did that, like they never saved. There was no save feature to my knowledge on any games on the Master System, so I didn't need to worry about it. But I sucked at that game. Ironically, well, not really ironically, but funnily enough, I never actually completed the Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog. But recently, this was like when I was in like grade 12, so like 3-4 years ago now. I wrote a rap song. It was for the release of Sonic Generations. So whatever year that was, I wrote a rap song over the music tracks of all of the Master System tracks because that was my first game and it was like my tribute before Generations came out because they had like this big launch thing and there was all these pre-orders, at least here in Australia. So I completed the game for footage.
Right.
So that was the very first time that I completed it about 3-4 years ago. So that's pretty amazing. So I finally got to finish it.
I remember the first game, in my knowledge, the first game I ever completed, it was, if I can remember correctly, it was on PlayStation 1. Yeah, the first time I ever sat down and played a game, like to the point of where we completed it, would have to be the first time we got our PS1. The first game we ever got on PS1 was Monsters Inc. That really old school Monsters Inc. game, which I still think is one of the best games like fucking ever.
I have played it and I love it too. It's been so long.
It is so good, dude. It is so good.
Hey, I've got a proposition. Let's sit down and play that game and put it.
Oh, I'm down.
It's been so long. I've only played it at friends' houses, but I remember that shit, running away from those little yellow bastards.
And then when you had to scare those robots, oh my god.
Collecting the stupid M tokens or whatever.
Oh my, it was so good. But pretty much that game was like pretty much the first time I ever actually completed an actual game, because I remember like I finished it, and then after that I kind of because like ever since the PlayStation 1, because the funny thing is when I had the Super Nintendo, because I was an outside kid, I was never staying indoors all day. I was like bikes and skateboards and shit. Like I do shit outside like every day. I was never home. I had Pokemon cards and shit. Like I was out there, you know. Like, but then all of a sudden, oh, what the fuck? Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of a kicking ass session. But pretty much, Sorry. But pretty much but like after the SNES, like when I first got the PS1, because I had a neighbor who had a PlayStation 1, and he pretty much got me hooked onto the PS1. Main reason he was playing Abe's Odyssey, and oh, that game sends chills down my spine of how good it is. I mean, you played Abe's, right? Abe's Odyssey.
I may have AIDS, but I haven't.
Abe's Odyssey.
Oh, oh
Fuck
shit!
with-
Oh, God, no! I take it back. Cut that out. Oh shit! Shit!
Oh, that's
Shit!
funny. Oh, anyway, Abe's Odyssey. You know.
No. What? Hang on. What do you do in it?
It's a side scroll. Like pretty much, you're a character named Abe who's part of a species called Medokans or some shit like that. Pretty much, they live to they're like tribal people, okay. But then what happened? These evil, I don't know what they called, but these Muglokans or some shit. Pretty much. Yeah, look,
Evil
legit. No, legit,
McLaughlins.
that's their names. Like, they came and they promised them like a better life and all that because they lived all in the forest. Then these factories came in, but then they became slaves. Pretty much in this game, you're just a slave working for these higher ups. And then one day you're walking by, and pretty much it's normal. Like, think of our society. We work for the government. We don't like the government, but we still work for them anyway. In a sense, same concept. Except what happens is Abe stumbles upon the board meeting because he's cleaning. Stumbles upon this meeting with all the head guys, and they're all talking about how they're running out of food. Like, because the two main creatures, scarabs, which are hands, walking hands with like spider-like hand creatures, and think of is it a minotaur? The horse body, and a human top.
A centaur?
Is that a centaur or a minotaur?
A minotaur is the bull. A centaur.
No. Yeah, the centaur. Pretty much, there's a creature that pretty much is a centaur with no hands, with no arms, and it screeches like a motherfucker, and it's got two legs. It runs at you like a crazy bastard.
I have never played this game.
This game, look it up. It's fucking crazy good, okay? But pretty much, he stumbles upon them, and he hears them saying they've found a new food source, like to make money off. And then he realizes they're actually going to use out of his own people. They get his murder his own people. So then the main of the game at the beginning was to escape the factory. And what you got to do is sneak by bad guys, time rolls, and hide in the shadows. It's pretty much a side scroller / survival game. Because the only way you can only fight back is possess the bad guys with guns. But the only way to do that is to be in a position where they can't shoot sideways at you. So they can't shoot upwards and they can't shoot diagonally, only straight. So like, if you're on a higher ledge by 1 inch, they can't do shit all to you. It's hilarious. So it's just like, stop that! And they start shooting at you, and you're like, okay, you're trying your best. It's hilarious. But pretty much, you possess them using this ancient technique, and then you control the bad guy, and then with the bad guy, you can do whatever you want. You can shoot your friends, you can run around, you can kill yourself. It's hilarious. But pretty much, the point of the game is to interact with your fellow workers, your friends, species, whatever. Interact with them, save them. You know, like, hey, you literally tell them, hello, hi, follow me. Okay, then they literally follow you. They do whatever you do. Point of the game is to save your friends and escape the hell. You can skip them all and fucking leg it hardcore out the base. Up to you. But once you escape, you finally learn that your main character, Abe, has a destiny to save his own people. And the ending is pretty funny. If you miss one person, if you miss one person, right? Because there's two endings. One ending would be pretty much if you save everybody, you get captured by the boss and he's about to kill you, but then the tribal lead elders save you. This technique, which is pretty good. But if you don't and you missed one guy, they'll think you're a menace and they'll leave you to die, and you literally fall in a pit and you die after you risked your whole ass trying to save them. It's the most fucked up game ever, and it's the most horrifying game. It's not for the kids. It's absolutely frightening. Like, I guarantee. It's not kid-friendly. It's fucking horrifying.
We're
You
playing
should check
this
it out,
game.
dude.
We're
It's
playing this
pretty
game.
spooky.
We'll play it.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's like you can just have fun with the dialogue. Ibble, follow me. Okay, it's just fucking creepy. But pretty much those games, like PS1 wise, he played it. We sat there behind him watching him play in his house, an old friend of ours. And when he started playing that, it's just pretty much kicked in of how good how good PS1 games actually were. And then I'm like, this is great, I'm gonna keep playing it. Then I started playing Crash Bandicoot and Crash Team Racing.
Yep.
There was a really old school game. It was like you were like a ball or a beach volleyball or something. And the point of the game is to just go through an obstacle course. Was it Koala Island? Is that what it's called?
What?
It was something like that. It was pretty much like a game where you're just a ball and you have to roll. It was like 3D and you have to like roll through an obstacle course. It was the best fun I've ever had in my life.
Do you want to hear something depressing?
Yeah.
I was looking through my old games and shit because I like older games, obviously. And I found a PlayStation 1 game. And to my knowledge, I've never had a PlayStation 1. So I went up to my father and I'm like, hey, why do we have a PS1 game? He's like, oh, yeah, we used to have a PS1. I'm like, where is it? Because give me a PS1, give me some more games. And he's like, oh, no, yeah, we gave it away with all the games. What? So there's that gone. I mean, I know they're worth like $10, if not less, but
Try buying a PS1 now. It's fucking impossible.
oh, here though, like you won't find anything here. Like it's really hard to just find retro games anywhere here.
Yeah, it's impossible. I like literally I saw a PlayStation 1 at this what is it, Cash Converters, I think?
Yeah.
And it's about $40 for a PS1. I'm like,
A thrift store. A thrift store.
Yes.
Yes. You gotta be clear.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It
Jeez.
makes me upset sometimes, man.
It's fine. It's all right. But yeah, I saw the same thing. I saw a PS1 for $40 or two for $70, and I was like, "Excuse me, that's a piece. That is a PlayStation 1. That is not worth the gum on my shoe." It's expensive gum.
It's some bullshit. Like, look, PS1 is great.
What the hell was that? Oh shit! I nearly shit myself.
Point is, the PlayStation 1, it was my favorite of all time consoles. Main reason I did chip it, and I had like 1,000 games, and it was just amazing.
Take a guess what my favorite console is. If you get this wrong, I swear I'm going to be really, really disappointed in you.
Give me a second. I'm mixed up between, don't hate me,
Okay.
Sega.
It is a Sega console.
Yes! Oh, I knew it. Yeah.
Oh, which one?
There's more than one. I'm sorry. I'm not very.
There's
common.
the Master System, the Genesis, the
I had the one with the cartridges and it was black.
Genesis.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Anyway, it's a little system that was released in 1999 called the Dreamcast.
Yeah. The Dreamcast.
Yes, of course. Now you're getting it.
There you go.
What is your favorite game of all time?
Including current consoles.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just drawn between a few games. Like me personally, I don't like to say a game is great unless it's truly taken me over. because a lot of games nowadays that are coming out, they're like, wow, it's great adventures, this, that, and then you play it and you're like, wow, that was a waste of 5 hours. I'm literally bored again. Like, the one game that truly just kept me going has to be the Fallout series. So Fallout, the Elder Scrolls series. There's one more game. Oh, and the Metal Gear Solid series.
Once
Those
again, I'll
three-
ask you, what is your favorite game?
I can't say one. It's too many good stuff.
One, just like Metal Gear Solid 5, you're the best entry?
Metal Gear Solid. Okay, out of Metal Gear Solid, don't you dare say 5 was the best.
I know,
is
everyone
gonna-
says it's shit.
5 is going to be so stupid. Like, number 4 was horrible, and 5...
Is it out yet here?
Not yet. Number 5 isn't
Are you
out yet.
shitting me? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's been out for ages in America. It is the 9th
Are you,
of May.
are you talking about Metal Gear Solid Rising? Like that robot
Shit,
ninja?
I don't know. The one that everyone says is shit.
That's 4. I'm guaranteed that's part 4.
Okay. Well, there you go. I meant 4 before. Just rewind and add.
Yeah.
Just
3. My favorite one would have to be part 3, where they brought you back to the first ever solid Naked Snake, the first ever the boss, the main big boss, him. Oh man, part 3 was my favorite. Why? Because they utilized the camouflage system the best. You literally had to do it yourself. You had to put on those clothes. You had to repair yourself. That's that. It wasn't some bullshit auto heal. Number 4 was horrible. You wore a suit that had one color, and if you stood next to a wall, you literally morph into the wall. Stupid. Literally just wasted my time. Fucking boring. As you can tell, I'm very...
my favorite game is actually on the Dreamcast. And it's a little game called Sonic Adventure 2.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Yes. I know I reckon it's mainly nostalgia, but I played that game so much, and I can recall. Do you remember Y2K?
Yes.
Yeah. It was Y2K, and I was playing Sonic Adventure 2. I was playing Pumpkin Hill with Knuckles, and I remember the countdown happening, and everyone going, "Hey, AJ, come here. We're gonna do Y2K countdown. We're all gonna die." I'm like, "Hang on, I gotta finish this level," and I finished the level, found all them stupid gems, and I ran outside. I'm like, "All right, I'm ready to party." How old was I? Shit. Who cares? I was youngish. I'm gonna guess like 14 years ago. Are you shitting me?
You are not that old, are you?
I'm not that old. Well, I kind of am. I was. That doesn't make sense. I was not 6.
I'm surprised you actually remember what you did when you were 6 years old.
Was this Y2K? I don't believe this game was out. I do not believe this game was out. Shit. Maybe it wasn't Y2K then. I remember Y2K. One New Year's. Scrap it all. Pretend I didn't say it. One New Year's, I was playing Sonic Adventure 2 in Pumpkin Hill, and it's just the fondest memory that I've got. I remember getting the Millennium Bugs though. That's something that I do remember.
No, well,
Stop typing, please.
give me a sec. I'm just fixing something. Get off my case.
It's loud.
I'm sorry. I put
It's
down.
fine.
I'm AJ. Sorry.
It's yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I doubt I was 6. I'm pretty sure I was about 11 or so when this New Year's happened. But either way, it's a fun memory. Millennium Bugs though, I do remember them. They're not video games, but they're like jacks. Do you know jacks?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, they're jacks, but they're in the shape of bugs. And they got little eyes, and some of them were like rare and glowed in the dark and shit. It was cool for 2000 or 1999. Oh wow, I feel so old. 1999, mate.
Oh god, people keep talking to me on Skype because I'm fucking popular.
I'm sorry that no one is talking to me except for you.
I'm talking to you.
I know, you're the only one who cared. I tried to get so many people and nobody cared. It's fine, whatever.
You know I care about you, man.
Thanks. But yeah, I've got so many Dreamcast games. I'm currently collecting all the blue cases, and right now I have 36 more to go. And I'm also collecting all the cover variations. So I've got like 2 copies of Resident Evil 2, the really hard to find German cover, and the normal release UK cover. And I've got like 5 copies of a soccer game, and yeah, I'm like a crazy hardcore collector. I need to have them all, and they all need to be different covers. Like I'm going to collect all the covers, even though they're the same stupid game.
If you can't find a cover, do you print it out yourself?
I could do that, but it's not the same to me. I need the physicals.
Oh, Lord, give me the strength.
Then I've got the misprint cover. It says Monaco Racing Online, but it's actually Monaco Racing Online 2. So I've got that cover. I'm pretty sure that's the only copy that came out in Australia, but I know in other places they have a version with 2. And they've got one that's an actual online version, even though we got the online version, but it said it was... I'm so... like, I can Dreamcast you any day.
Yeah, I know that. I can feel that. I taste that.
Yeah, it's so good. I got so many Dreamcast games. Do you import at all?
Huh?
Do you import games?
Do I import games?
Yeah.
No. I love them okay. Yeah.
You really should, because there's a whole lot of games that you miss out on. Like, I got a few version exclusives, like, the rarest Dreamcast... Oh, shit, I'm back to Dreamcast. The rarest Dreamcast game, to my knowledge, in the whole PAL region, which is the giant blue case, is Taxi 2. And I've got that. I got it for quite cheap, actually.
Oh, Taxi was one of my favorite games.
Not Crazy Taxi. It's a shitty version.
No. I know what Taxi is.
Are you sure?
I love that game.
It's not the... Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Not Crazy Taxi.
That's Crazy Taxi, yep.
Wait. Oh, no. I'm thinking of Driver, not Taxi. My bad, I'm sorry.
What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, Taxi...
Oh, you said Taxi, and then straight away, my mind went to Getaway Black Monday, and then again shifted to Driver. So, fuck, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so Taxi is this really shitty racing game. It's just a shitty racing game, but it was only released in France. And it's the hardest to get Dreamcast game because it was released like at the end of the whole Dreamcast. Because if you didn't know, the Dreamcast only lasted about a year, from 1999 to 2000, early 2001. If that ends, it just didn't have a long run, and it was only released in France, making it one of the most collectible games. Other people debate that the rarest game out of all the Dreamcast games is Sonic Adventure Limited Edition, which I also have. And other people would say Space Channel 5, which was only released for, I believe, 2 days on the Japanese websites, which you needed to be connected to the internet through the Dreamcast and then use your credit card to get. As I said, it was like 2 days only, and it was a limited edition bundle, which I have also got. And
of course you do.
I'm not finished. And I'm actually finished. That's pretty much it. So I'm collecting all the really hard to get ones. I am a collector after all, and I just like having them next to me. The Dreamcast is my favorite system. Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite game. That's the short answer.
That was your short answer.
Yep.
Oh, AJ, I love you.
Thanks.
No, man. Well, a bit.
Yep. The whole point, I was talking about imports. Yeah, I've also got a Nintendo 64. I recently got this one. I got it at the start of this year, and it's American. So I need to buy like a power pack to make it work, obviously, because we've got different plugs. And it's a lot easier because, as I mentioned before to you and everyone who listens to me, which aren't a lot of people, it's really hard to get games here. And Nintendo 64 games, I've only seen one, really. Like, it's really, really hard to find N64 games. So I did the smart thing of importing a Nintendo 64, and now I can get games wherever I want because online are mostly American games. So there you go.
I can get games from overseas in Syria, but their furthest of technological advancements is PS2.
Yeah,
Like I went to Syria when I was in year four, so that was like maybe 10 years ago or so. And like at home, the PS2 was already big, but it was like, you know, when a game console's out and then after that it's just in the cooling period, so it's not big anymore, but there's nothing more further. So
yeah,
like
purgatory.
yeah, like as in before the PS3 came out, right? When the PS3 and the 360 came out, they were out. It was this massive hype. Everyone wanted it. But
Don't
after
you
two,
dare
3
talk
years,
to me about anything PlayStation and PlayStation 2. That killed the Dreamcast. I'm kidding.
poor Dreamcast.
Not
You want me to
kidding.
give it
It
a
killed
fucking
Dreamcast.
cuddle?
Go on.
Pretty much, like the hype there disappears, right? So in Syria, so the PS2 was still like the latest thing out. So when I went to Syria, it was just like, oh, let's go and let's play some games. Like, yeah, let's play, you know. So then they whip out the PS1, and I'm like, where's your PS2? And like, oh yeah, no, that's still new. It's expensive. And I'm like, really? Really? Okay. And I felt a bit sad. Because they were selling PS2 games, but the console itself cost a bundle. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm overseas. This shit should be cheaper, but it isn't. So fuck my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, I've been in so many situations where, I've been with someone because a while back, just before X and Y's release, there was a whole big hype here, and I was like to everyone, "Hey, like, are you getting X and Y? It's gonna be amazing. Let's like trade and shit, and we're gonna catch them all." And they were like, "Oh, I don't have a 3DS." I'm like, "Oh, I have two." I'm sure you know this, but I do have two 3DSs. I've got one from Australia. It's an XL. And then there's one which is just the first model, not an XL, from America, and it's red, and I modded it to look like a Pokédex.
I bought my DS.
Have you
3DS.
seen this? Have you seen it?
What?
Have you seen my 3DS?
Well, personally, no. But is it amazeballs?
I am going to send you a picture right now and get your live reaction because you did not respond to it. And I was like, excuse me, I modded my 3DS to look like a Pokédex, and it is amazing.
Well, you didn't send me anything, and if you did, I might have ignored you. I'm sorry.
I'm going to send it now. I've had it for ages. I maybe didn't know you when I posted it. Keep on talking. I'm gonna look for this picture.
Okay. Well, I bumped my toe this morning, and I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah.
Riveting.
My toe literally hurts. I'm so cold. Why is it fucking cold in here?
I have got a cool gaming story which I forgot to say. I don't think I told you this either.
All right.
So here in Australia, the Pokemon franchise is really, really expensive. Like $70 for a DS game pre-owned. It's crazy, right? I don't know if you've experienced this. But
yeah.
And something that I've heard is similar to Pokemon is a series called Dragon Quest. And I was in this thrift shop. Oh shit. This thrift shop. And I ran into a copy of Dragon Quest, and I'm like, hey, I've never picked up this game before. I kind of want to play it, and it was $3. So I was like, hey, I'm going to pick it up. So I picked up this game, and it was sealed. It was like sticky taped to hell. And I was like, hey, just this game. Handed over my $3, walked out of the store, ripped it open. I didn't even check before, and guess what was in there? Guess.
I don't know. I'm not very good at guessing.
It's fine. It was Pokemon Black version.
Really?
Yeah. So as I said, it's like a $70 game. It was quite kind of new. And I loaded up the game cartridge, and there was a legit event Victini on it, which is a legendary, which you needed to go to an event to get. So what the hell, man? It wasn't hacked in or anything, and it's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. $3. Yes.
Actually, oh my no!
What?
Sorry, I'm still
Did
playing.
you die?
No, I just almost killed myself.
Nearly, yeah. You see, I know.
I've just been playing games like this whole week. I've just been doing nothing but playing games.
I'm extremely jealous of you. Let me just say that now.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I've not been playing games. It's been a while. Actually, I'm lying. Yesterday, I sat down and I played Evolution. Not Evolution, sorry. Time Stalkers on the Dreamcast, and I played it for like 5 hours, and it was amazing. But, you know, it's not enough. I need more gaming in my life.
Yeah, you know what you need? Jesus.
To help me play video games?
Yeah. I
found
heard
it.
I heard he's like as a fanatic when it comes to games.
Do you remember the cheat code hotline?
The what?
The cheat code hotline.
Cheat code hotline.
Yeah.
Oh, where you like they give you that number to call
Yep.
them in if you needed help?
Yep.
Oh my god. I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you ever call it? I'm pretty sure
I
called
called it
like
one
once.
time. I was playing
Yeah.
I was playing this really old school game on PS1. Called, if I can remember correctly. You were like a robot cop or something like that. I don't know if you.
RoboCop?
No. It's not robot cop. It was like
What?
it was I don't know what it's called. It was like fuck, I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty much you're like a robot thing, and you're like it was like a sort of like a bird's eye view sort of game, and you transform into this either walking or like a car sort of vehicle destruction bot. I don't know. You were a police officer. It was fun. This was my childhood.
I forgot what we were talking about now.
I'm talking about how like you barely play games because you know you're a loser.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah. So click on that link, and then you can see my awesome 3DS.
Dude, I want that stuff. See, I'm bad with Pokemon names.
Woobat.
Woobat. Woobat? What?
Woobat. Yep.
Woobat? That's its name?
Yep. But how cool is my 3DS?
Yeah, actually, that was pretty sick.
Thank you. I'll see if I can put up a picture of it. But I'll probably forget, so I'm sorry.
With you naked?
No.
Why not?
Maybe.
Why not do like a sex job?
Yeah, just like me completely
Just
naked
have
with
it.
nothing
Just
but
like
my
be
3DS
like those
covering
gamer
me.
girls. I'm a gamer. with the DS covering your cock.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even need to get out my 3DS XL because
Oh wow. Oh wow.
just the standard one is
Selling
fine.
yourself short, are we?
Yeah. Yep.
We're not all blessed with elephant schlongs.
No, I don't think any of us are.
You'd be surprised.
Don't. Yep. Okay.
Imagery.
So
Imagery.
let's try to not talk about penises.
I know you want to though. Don't hide it.
Do you remember ownership of games? Did you have a game that you remember? Oh shit. Sorry, hang on. Stupid Dodger. Sorry. Dodger just decided to be like, hey, I'm going to play on your computer. Anyway, did you ever have a game that was like, if you remember, your very first video game that you owned and you felt special ownership of?
Yes, that would be my Spyro Year of the Dragon.
For PS1?
Yep.
Yep.
That was
It's a
probably
good
one of
game.
my favorite games of all time. Actually, no. I was stuck between Spyro the Other Dragon and the first Spyro game because the first Spyro game was very. There's a feeling I don't think if people ever felt it before, but it's more like seclusion in a game. I play this game right, and like it's an old school game, right? So it wouldn't be that much of that great, but like the environment itself when you played it, it felt like you were in your own world
Yeah,
in a way. Like because the environment in the game was very like I don't know if you remember Spyro One,
I
but pretty
do.
much like do you remember like the first level and the second one how you were just like in this land in the sky and shit? It was just I don't know if he was in the sky exactly. Maybe he was on the ground. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm
But
pretty
pretty
sure he
much
was
when
on
I
the
played
ground.
it, huh?
I'm pretty sure he was on the ground, but I could be wrong. It's
Like
been a
the
while.
land. Was the land floating? I'm not 100% sure.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
think.
know. Whatever.
Anyway, but pretty much when I played it felt like
Real?
it felt like it was just me and the game. You know what I mean? Like games nowadays doesn't make me feel like that. But back in the day when I played it, it just when I sit there by myself, I felt like I was there. Like I just the experience. I don't just the environment itself. Like it's similar when I'm playing Fallout 3 or Skyrim. When you do it in the game, when you stand there, right? Literally, you do nothing there. The camera just takes over and it just gives you the view of the game. You literally feel like you're in the game. You just the environment around you just it feels like you are the character in the game in a sense. Not much games I've played can make me feel like that, other than the Fallout franchise, the the Old Scrolls franchise. But I'm talking about Fallout 3, not the 1 and 2. No, those are stupid games. Those are fucking rubbish. 3 and onwards, where Bethesda was involved. Pretty much those games and Spyro, including. It just allowed me to just be into the game. You know what I mean? You forget everything. You're like, I've been standing here for 2 hours. Frighteningly awesome. Just, I'm a strange individual. I need Jesus.
It's fine. My very first game, I as you may know, I'm like a super Pokemon nerd. I did play Red and Blue, but they were never my own copy. Like they were my sister's. But my very first game that I could own for myself was Pokemon Gold, and I got a Game Boy Color with it, and it's the graphics might be shit, but I don't like graphics don't matter. It's the
Yeah,
experience that
graphics
you
don't
can have in a
matter.
game,
Yeah.
and I explored through that game so much, and it was just like I was there, even though like the graphics were so not compared to anything that we have these days. It just I could feel myself there, so that was nice. And I eventually caught them all. I believe sometime last year I caught them all legitimately. I used my gold version and I used my crystal version and my yellow version, which is my sister's, but she doesn't care about it anymore. And I caught every single one. I got Mew through the Mew glitch in yellow, and there's a glitch in gold, silver, and crystal where you can get Celebi by using a Sneasel, teaching it the move Beat Up, which it learns at level 52, putting it in the 4th slot, and then that will make the baby learn Beat Up if you put 2 Sneasels, male and female, in the daycare, and then it will hatch into a baby Sneasel that knows Beat Up. But if you corrupt the egg before you hatch it by using the clone trick, making it into a bad egg, it will hatch into the only thing that it knows, which is the move 152, 151, 152. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Beat up. It will evolve into beat up, which is Celebi.
Wow, it looks like your heart is literally into it.
It really is. So I printed out the diploma. Oh god, that's so sad. I printed out the diploma that I got for beating it. Like after you beat the game, you go to the headquarters and you talk to one of the programmer. What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I think my internet decided to be a derp. Yeah, it was my net. My bad. I'm sorry.
But you're still here.
I'm here now. My internet tends to drop for no fucking reason because Optus are a bunch of crooks.
Okay. Anyway, so you go to this place and you talk to the programmer of the game. In the game, it's like really meta. And then he's like, "Hey, here's a diploma," and it says like, "Player AJ, the certificate that certifies that you have completed the new Pokedex. Congratulations." And I printed it out, and now it hangs above my bed. It's pretty amazing.
If anyone ever calls you a dork, I want you to just stab them in the face with your Pokemon.
With my Pokédick.
With your Pokédick. Oh my god. Oh my god. I personally, when it came to Pokemon games, I didn't have. It's just they were fun, but I didn't have any patience for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I couldn't just sit there and
wander around doing nothing like you can in Skyrim, Mr. Hypocrite.
It's different in Skyrim. You literally get fucking attacked by everything every time.
Have you ever stepped in the grass in Pokemon, Mister?
Look, I'm talking. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in Pokemon, I couldn't like I've got Pokemon. Which is the one with the red Charizard? Is that X or Y?
What?
The fucking the when you Mega Evolve, which ones do I have? Give me a sec. I'm checking now.
That is Y.
I don't actually know what Pokemon game.
It's Y. It's Y.
The one with the red Charizard?
Orange, but yes, Y.
Yeah, give me a sec.
It's Y.
Yeah, I've got Y. Yeah. Anyway, I got Pokemon Y. Thank you for that, AJ.
You're welcome.
So I got Pokemon Y, right? Main reason I bought it is I haven't played a Pokemon game in years. The last game I played was Pokemon Crystal.
Yeah.
And then after that, after that I stopped. Like, I didn't play Black and White and those other shitty games. I wasn't bothered. I was like, fuck that. Then when I heard this massive hype about how this X and Y had the old school Pokemon interpreted with the new Pokemon and stuff like that, was interesting. And then I found out that all my friends had the game and
I have the game.
Were getting the game, and I was like, I don't want to be the left one out. So fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. Buy a 3DS. So
Did you just say you didn't want to be the left one out?
Half. Main reason, I was just excited about the whole I could train a Bulbasaur again. Because Bulbasaur is the best.
Did you just say that
Pokemon.
You didn't want to be the left one out?
What is that?
The left one out?
Yeah, I was left out.
Yeah, no, but that doesn't make sense. Do you not like people with left hands?
No, not like that, you fuckwit. I don't English well.
It's fine, whatever.
As you can tell, I'm,
I think I'm the one who's stuttering through this whole conversation more than you, but that's all right.
We need Jesus. Well, not really Jesus. More like a Korean version. Korean Jesus! There we go. Would you like to accept your faith in Korean Jesus? Oh, Korean Jesus. But yeah, pretty much I couldn't play them. Then when I got Pokemon X, I played it, then I stopped playing it. So now I have a 3DS which I do nothing with. even though I've got like the new Zelda game and all the good stuff.
The new Zelda game is so good.
Is it?
Have you not played it yet? Link Between Worlds? Do you have it yet, or do you have Ocarina
I have
of
it.
Time?
I have it here. I played it, and it's okay. Like so far, actually, I made it quite a bit through it, and it is fun actually because I haven't been a massive fan of Zelda games. Main reason I've never had the patience for it.
That shit again.
Like, dude, when I play a game, if it doesn't give me the power to hack and slash through hell and back, you know, you can't, it won't fascinate me as much.
I think the problem with you is, apart from in Zelda, you can do this, but I think even if you're running somewhere, you want to be doing something. Like, if I would play like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot, I'd be spinning or attacking my whole way through the level. I'd
Pretty
hardly
much. I need something to do.
something to distract you, and the pretty colors and shit. I get it.
I can't deal with bland. I don't know. Just look, when it comes to games, I'm very like iffy about what game is good and what game is. I don't know. Just I'm strange. You know, I'm a hypocrite when it comes to games. I'm the biggest hypocrite. I say I hate this, but then I enjoy the fuck out of it. Like, I don't know. I'm special. My mother says I'm special.
She's wrong.
Well, fuck you too. I see how it is. AJ going all hurtful on me now.
She's wrong.
I am special, okay? You don't know my story. Quoted by Drake.
I watched you draw my life. I know your story.
I didn't draw my life.
Shit. Who did I watch that? Korean Jesus.
Korean Jesus.
Yeah, you didn't know where I was going with that, but I brought it round.
Listen, you. Just accept your fate with Korean Jesus, okay? Just let him take over. Please.
Okay.
Yes. Korean Jesus will be in power soon enough. I just start sacrificing white people to the Korean Buddha.
What?
Oh,
This was meant to be a loving conversation, and now you're talking about, like, murdering millions and millions of innocent people.
Of millions of white people. Let's get that
Oh,
one.
sorry, white innocent people.
You gotta understand. Shut up, okay? Is it my fault I enjoy sacrificing white people?
Yes. It really is.
I enjoy the little things in life, okay?
That's
And
why
if
it's
that
meant to be,
means
isn't it?
killing, you know, my white neighbors, so be it. Nothing personal against them, it just... I can't deal. That's all, I can't. Wow! He did a lot of damage, sorry.
This is fine. So...
Are you nervous? I feel like you're nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. Not in the slightest.
Hey, we have to be fucking nice all the time, okay?
I know.
I'm sick of being nice to people. I'm like literally sick of it. Like, have ever had someone who's just a total dick to you for no fucking reason, and you're like, I literally didn't come to work for this.
I know exactly what you mean. I've got a Wii. No, sorry, that... Why did they name it that? I have got a Wii console.
I don't know. Actually, that is the only console I know so far that makes no sense to me. Why not call it like incorporation with the GameCube, like the game Move? I don't know.
Yeah. Motion
the
game.
Game Move.
That's probably why they didn't call it that. But it's weird. I can't get it to work. Like, it's my sensor, but I don't want to go out and buy a new sensor. I'm not even sure if you can buy a new sensor. But it's just, it doesn't pick up on the Wiimote. I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to play with the motion controls. I'm going to put in my GameCube controller. Just let me open this game. But it won't let me open the game unless I have the motion detecting thing to click on the game. It's bullshit.
The only two games that I played on the, because like my brother is a massive Nintendo fanatic. Like I'm not, but he is. But oh wow, okay, well fuck you too. That was not nice. But pretty much when he got the Wii, the only games I ever played on the Wii was like Wii Sports, Super Smash, like Super Smash Brothers. The second one, whatever, like the one with metal like Solid Snake and shit.
It's the third one.
Is that the third one? Oh yeah, I played the old school one. It was pretty good as well.
N64, then Melee on GameCube.
Yeah, I had Melee on GameCube as well.
So did I. It's the best game. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's down on my ground. Down on my ground, down on the ground. I don't have enough space because of all my Dreamcast games.
Maybe you should think of moving.
Never.
You should maybe you should make like a
game house.
Yeah, like a massive room, like incorporate your garage.
I'm not gonna live outside, but thank you.
No, I mean just your gaming stuff, like your.
I should, yeah, but like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna like remodel my room and just have like my whole walls. Like I don't need clothes. I'm just gonna. Oh god, I'm gonna turn into a hobo. But I don't need clothes. I'm gonna clean up my clothes.
Like people look at you and you be like, "Why are you such a filthy homeless bastard?" You're like, "I am not filthy. I just like my games."
Exactly. Like I'll just have closets and closets filled with these games, and then I don't need to bother about clothes. No, hang on. Let me rephrase that. I have more room to put my games, and it's a lot better that way.
You, my friend, you need a bit of sacrificing to Korean Jesus.
I think that's something that I might do. Quite.
Do you want to be devout to Korean Jesus?
Yes.
Is that something you'd consider? Because I know some people.
Hey, isn't this religion just like really new? Didn't you just co-create it?
Create it? You don't create what already is. How dare you?
I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's been about an hour. So
holy shit, it has.
It has. Any final words? Just so it's not.
Okay, final words. I just think people are hyping games too much because, let's face it, everyone is stupid.
And they're shit.
And give yourself to the Lord and Savior, Korean Jesus.
What I would say last is retro games. Like, don't discourage your game. Don't not play Atari because the graphics are shit. Don't ignore the Game Boy, not the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy, because the graphics are pixelated and in black and white. Some of those games are the best games that there are for the systems, but many people skip over them because they're used to the new 3D graphics where they try to make everything look real. But the problem with that is if they're not stylized, when we have better graphics in the future, it makes them look really clunky. Like Jet Set Radio, again, I'm sorry, it's a Dreamcast game, but it's cel-shaded, and to this day, it still looks amazing. Well, to me at least, which is crazy because it's from 1999. Like, that still looks amazing today, but that new horror game coming out?
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Do you any idea what it's called?
I have no idea, but I know exactly what it is. Like, I know the photo as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like Silent Hill for everyone else. And it's coming out soon. I might talk about it later on. But that game looks like a PS2 game, and it is on the PS4. It is very disgraceful. So if you sacrifice graphics and try to at least make it some sort stylish, then it's better. So pretty much give that's kind of hypocritical there. I'm saying, hey, give the old games a chance, but then I'm saying don't play this stupid new game. I'm gonna play that game, mate. I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be amazing, and we're all gonna be scared. Anyway, so give all the old games a go, and don't hate me for being different.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone should hate you, AJ, because you're different. Everyone should hate you. You're so different, you loser. I love you, AJ. You know I do. In a manly sort of manner.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess. No homo.
Thanks.